Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. We're in the car today. So I want to talk a bit about DACA and what the current status of renewals are. So there's been lots of court cases that have gone forward. It's a little unclear if you can, if you can't. So here's the lowdown. If you've never applied for DACA before, you can pretty much forget about applying for it now, okay? It's too difficult and it's unlikely. However, if you currently have DACA and it's not expired, then per all the court orders, they're still allowing DACA to go forward. So you want to apply 4 to 6 months, give or take, before you have an expiration date. And the laws, if you do have an expiration date and it did expire and it's less than a year from when it expired, you can still renew it. Okay? They will renew DACA applications and give you up to 2 years at a time. So you just keep renewing. So it's you apply, renew, and then 4 to 6 months before expiration, submit again. And you keep doing that until you can't do it anymore. And a note, while you are safely on DACA and while you are renewing it, don't just keep doing it because the administration will do everything they can to try to stop it. I mean, they've already tried, but they're going to try it again. So you need to see if you qualify for other things, because DACA is just temporary. It may not seem temporary to you because you probably renewed it 5 times, but it is temporary, and you want something that'll end up getting you the green card, okay? So while you are safely on DACA and safely able to continue renewing, it's the best time in the world to start applying for the green card because, you won't be deported. At least you shouldn't be. And so what you need to do is see an immigration attorney who knows what they're doing, me, or someone else, and get a consultation on what it takes to properly apply for the green card while you're renewing the DACA. Now back to the renewals. So there's 2 different ways, assuming you qualify, there's 2 different ways to renew it. There's the online way and there's the send in the paper way. So first, I got to ask you, why would you want to send in all the paperwork if you can just do it online? They started that back in 2022. So from an immigration point of view, it's relatively new. And it's relatively simple, to do it and to submit it. You essentially complete all the forms that you did before, even though you're renewing it, except you have to check the proper boxes that it's a renewal. And you don't have to resubmit all of your original documents that you submitted to show that you qualify. You would submit anything new and whatever it is they ask for. And then the current processing goal time for USCIS for online renewals is 4 months. But they actually are quite efficient in this, in that they have been renewing even shorter depending where you are in many jurisdictions. So you have to do it either online or mail it in. But number one, mailing it in takes a lot longer. It's more expensive, actually. It's not the same fee. It's actually a more expensive fee. And it's just not as efficient. So just learn how to do it online. And more or less the fee to renew it is going to be about $600. So it's not chump change. And the price, of course, the fee might go up. I mean, for example, just the other day, the filing fee for filing an appeal at the BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals, went from $110 to $900. Okay? Can you imagine if your medical insurance went up that high? Or your auto insurance? But that's what they did. Okay, so that's that. And then you have to ask yourself, will you qualify or won't you qualify? Well, it depends. If more or less the stuff is the same as when you originally applied, then the renewal should go fairly smoothly. Okay, if you have no, other grounds of inadmissibility, if you have not done anything that makes you, inadmissible, newly done stuff, then everything should go relatively smooth. Now, keep in mind that if you have left the country illegally and come back without advance parole, you're out. Okay, you're not going to be able to renew. A lot of people think that they can get get DACA, go back to their home country, see mom, have a nice dinner, and then just come back illegally the same way they did back in 2012. And they can just renew again, and they can't. That kicks you out. Okay, so don't leave unless you have advance parole. Now, if you have advance parole, then there's an issue sometimes whether you can even come back. But assuming there's no issue and you leave and come back on advance parole, then you won't have to worry about that provision, and you'll still qualify to have the DACA renewed. Okay, so what did you pick up from this? A couple things I want to make crystal clear. Make sure you file the renewal 4 to 6 months before the expiration. Make sure you haven't committed any crimes or done anything to make you inadmissible or more inadmissible than what you've already done, because if you already got approved, they've already waived that. Make sure you file it online, and make sure you find a way to apply for the green card apart from DACA. It's okay if you have DACA and start applying for the green card. In fact, it not only is okay, it's recommended, and you should do it. And even if you don't know how to do it, get an immigration attorney that will help you, that will let you know what you need to do to be able to get DACA, the green card. You need the green card, even though you need to keep renewing DACA, so you're safe from these scary times. Okay?